Hello, everybody. This is going to be a quick demo on how you can use the join fork loop, but with any iterable, so a list or anything like that. And so in a previous video, we showed off how to use the join fork loop from some minimum 0, in this case, to some maximum exclusive, in this case, n, which is 8. And when I ran it, you could see that it produced this correct list of the squares. And like last time, if I printed out the index, there's no guarantee that these will come in the same order, but this list of squares on the way out will be in the order that you expect, going from 0 up to, but not including n. And so you can also do this. It's nice to be able to do these sort of things on anything like an array or a list. We have versions for each of those. And then so I can use the join fork loop on any iterable, in this case, names. And that will pass each individual name to the lambda you provide. And in this case, let's just return the name's length. So the join fork loop will run all those in parallel, join them all, and return, because length is of type integer, and return a list type integer. And so I can just catch the lengths on the other side and sys out, in this case, lengths. See that, Fred is 4 and George is 6 and all the way down the line, and everybody's in the right order with their length on the other side. Of course, again, if I print out a name inside, you'll see it's sort of not guaranteed to come out in the same order. In this case, Neville and Hermione have at least switched. And once again, Hermione is now moved up and Harry's moved all the way to the end. And so that's just sort of being able to create a parallel for loop with an iterable, which is kind of nice. One last feature is every now and then you do this and you want also want the index as well. So you'd kind of like to know, all right, well, I have this iterable of names, like, can you please pass me 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, as you're going. It's a convenient feature that not every language has at a low level. Java included doesn't have that as a low level feature, but it is nice to be able to provide, and we can of course provide whatever we want. In this case, we're going to do names, and now not only are you going to accept a name, but you're also going to accept the index of that slot. I have produce this somewhat contrived use of index. A lot of times what you'll do is you'll be going over this array and you'll need the index for some other array that you want to read or some other purpose. In this case, all I'm going to do is return this somewhat contrived version use of these two values. In this case, I'm running through and using the index, and I'm going to mark it up with greater than and less than signs. Now, because the return type of this is string, when all of those features that the join fork loop creates are joined, it'll return back these marked up names, let's call it. And now when I print this out, up names, if I run that, you can see that it's sort of, once again, put them in the order that I expect, like Fred, George, Ron, in the same order they are here. Because that's how I returned them. But also you can see like the 0th index, the 1th index, it's the 2nd index, the 3rd index, the 4th index, the 5th index, and the 6th index are sort of marked up by this function. Once again, just to be very clear, let's sys out index in this case. You'll see that they're, and this time they absolutely came right in order. The second time they didn't run in the same order. And obviously we could print out them both together. And once again, no guarantee that they'll run in the same order. That makes sense. They're parallel. We're specifically saying that, but I'll always return back these the names in the order that you sort of pass these guys. And so with that, enjoy, good luck, and have fun using the many different variations of the join fork loop.